to Gentle Yoga. Today we have a full body gentle practice, just stretching into all different areas, starting to bring awareness and helping us to just start to recognize what we are all feeling in our own individual bodies. So as always, this is your practice. Listen to your body. If I'm suggesting something that doesn't feel quite right, always feel free to modify or make adjustments. And go ahead and grab anything you might need to be supported in your practice. Today we are going to be using a strap, so a belt, a strap, whatever you have. And if you normally use yoga blocks to support you in your practice, grab those. And we are going to get started today lying down on our backs in Shavasana. So lying all the way down, shrug the shoulders away from the ears. You can stretch those legs out long. Or there's always an option to have the soles of the feet on the mat, bringing the feet a little bit wider than the hips and allowing the knees to just come in towards each other in constructive rest. So the idea being that you want the body to be able to relax completely. So whatever works best for you, allow those palms to face up. Take a few moments to adjust, to settle in, and feel the support of the mat beneath you. Eventually coming to stillness, and you can just start to scan through the body, first noticing where the body is contacting the mat. And then maybe noticing areas where you may be holding on, holding tension in the body. Just observe without judgment. This practice is to bring awareness. Just to notice. We often don't take the time in our daily lives to really notice what's going on in the body. So we're going to take this time to be quiet and still and observe. Become aware of the breath without changing it. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly and the chest. Noticing the sounds in your environment. Feeling the air on your skin, or where the clothing is touching your body. And just checking in with the emotions. And notice how you're feeling. Again, without judgment, just notice. Inhale, Reach the arms up overhead, point the toes, stretching long. And then we'll walk the feet over to the left, the arms over to the left, stretching into the right side of the body. Keep the shoulders and the hips down on the mat. Imagine you're making a crescent shape with the body. Pressing that right hip down, the right shoulder stays down. Relax the jaw. And then option to pick up that right foot, crossing at the ankles, and breathe. Inhale and exhale, uncross the legs, walk those feet and arms back to center, stretch out long. Inhale, and then exhale, hands and feet over to the right. Again, making that crescent shape with the body, lengthening into the left side. The hips and shoulders stay down. An option to cross the left ankle over the right. And we'll inhale to uncross the legs, walk those hands and feet back to center, big stretch here. And then with the exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. Releasing the low back, maybe rocking side to side, or make little circles with the body one way and then the other. And keeping that right leg drawn in, we're going to stretch the left leg out long. Press through the heel, flex the foot. The heel presses down towards the mat. Interlacing the fingers over that right shin, avoiding the rib cage as we draw the knee towards the shoulder. Bring a little tuck into the chin as if you're reaching the cervical spine down towards the mat. Draw the belly in, press the low back down to the mat. Squeeze the leg in close. So we're creating a compression in the right hip joint, and we're massaging into all the internal organs. And you might find an opening on the left hip flexor. Keep pressing the low back down, pressing the cervical spine down. Relax the jaw, just breathe. And then start to find some movement in that hip joint. So we're going to sway the knee from side to side. And then coming back to center and reach that foot up towards the ceiling, pressing through the heel, stretching into the Achilles tendon, waking up the hamstrings. Spread the toes wide. Low back is still pressing down to the mat. And just hold on to the leg, either at the back of the thigh or at the calf, just whatever you can comfortably reach. If you need to use a strap here to have a bit more leverage, that's fine too. Just breathe. And then we'll point and flex the foot. Start to make some circles with the ankle. Reverse direction. And then press through that heel, draw the toes towards the shin. Draw the belly in, press the low back down towards the mat, and then release the hands down beside the body, palms facing down. So we're engaging the transverse abdominals. So those lower abdominals are engaged. Draw them in as you slowly start to lower that leg down towards the mat. Once you're almost there, we're going to kick that leg back up. And again, slowly lower it down, engaging into those lower abdominals. Lift it up. Last time, slowly lower all the way down. And then hug the knees into the chest once more. Rock side to side, whatever movement feels good. And then keeping that left leg drawn in, stretch the right leg out long. Press through the heel presses down to the mat, flexing those toes back towards the shin, interlace the fingers over that left shin and avoiding the rib cage, draw the knee towards the shoulder. Low back presses down, tucking the chin to draw the cervical spine down towards the mat, finding that compression in the left hip joint, opening in the right. Just breathe. And we'll start to find some movement, swaying the knee from side to side. And then stretching the leg, sole of the foot towards the ceiling, holding on wherever you can comfortably. Keeping that chin tucked, the belly drawn in, the low back pressed towards that mat. Press through the heel, spread the toes. Just breathe. And then point and flex the foot. And make some circles with the ankle. Reverse direction. And again, press through that heel. Low back presses into the mat, draw the belly in. And then arms come down alongside the body, engaging the core, flexing that foot as you slowly lower the leg down towards the mat. And when you're almost there, lift it back up. Exhale, slowly lower. And again, lift it up. Last time, lower it down slowly with control. And then hug the knees into the chest. Let's bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Bring the arms out from the shoulders in a T. Press into the feet to lift the hips, jog them over to the left, place them back down, and let the knees float down to the right. And shift your gaze to the left to complete the twist. Just breathe. knees back up. Press into the feet, lift the hips, jog them over to the right side, placing them down. Let the knees float down to the left and shifting your gaze to the right. And bring those knees all the way back up to center. Jog the hips back to center and hug the knees into the chest. Let's begin to rock and roll along the length of the spine, forward and back a few times, activating the abdominals, and eventually coming all the way up to seated. Finding a comfortable seated position where you can feel grounded through the sits bones, keeping the spine long, the shoulders over the hips, and those shoulders relaxed. Inhale to lengthen out through the crown of the head, and exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Just notice what you're feeling here. Breathing into any sensation or any tight places. And then we'll begin to roll the chin across the collarbones, inhaling over to one side. Exhale back to center. Inhale, other way. Moving at your own pace, linking the movements with your breath. We'll do one more on each side. And come back to neutral. Inhale the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms towards the ceiling. Press through those palms, draw the belly in. Inhale and exhale. The arms come down and bring those arms behind the back. Interlace the fingers, draw the palms towards each other, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other, and then take the hands over to the right side. The forearm hugs into the low back. Inhale to reach out through the crown of the head. And then exhale, lower right ear to right shoulder. You can play around with the position of the chin here, reaching it up or tucking it down to find the stretch that feels best in your body. Inhale back through center. And exhale, release those hands back. Draw the shoulders down and away. Press the palms together. And then take the hands over to the left. Reach out through the crown of the head with an inhale. And exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Play around with the position. Find the stretch that feels best in your body. Through center. Exhale, release those arms. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Press the palms together, reach out through the crown of the head, draw the navel in towards the spine, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, lower the right fingertips down beside you, and we'll reach that left arm over, bending into that right elbow, roll the shoulder back, look up, lengthening into the sides. Inhale and exhale, coming back through center, right arm lifts, left arm comes down, switching sides, roll the shoulder back, looking up if it's okay for your neck, and breathe. Inhale all the way back through center, and we'll make our way to hands and knees, finding our tabletop position. Creating our foundation with palms wide, gripping all the way into the fingertips, a micro bend in the elbows. We'll move through a few cat-cow stretches. Inhale to drop the belly, reach the heart forward, the shoulders draw back, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, chin to chest. Move at your own pace. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling, cat. One more in each direction. Come back to neutral table. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, big stretch. And then exhale, thread it through, release the shoulder and ear down towards the mat. Finding a twist here, the hips stay over the knees, press into that right shoulder. An option to keep the left hand where it is, or you might want to walk those left fingers above the head to straighten into the left arm. Just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Walk that left palm back down. Reach the right arm up. And exhale back into your tabletop position. Switching sides. Left arm reaches up. Exhale. Thread it through. Shoulder and ear come down. And either staying here or reaching the right arm up. Just breathe, pressing into that left shoulder. And bringing that right hand back in, press up. Reach up and exhale back into your tabletop position. And we're going to start to make some circles with the body here. So shifting the weight over to the right, send those hips back and to the right, and then over to the left and forward. So making these circles as big or small as feels good in your body. stay with the sensation. Really notice what you're feeling. The next time you come forward, reverse direction. And then we'll come back to our neutral table. Bring the knees as wide as the mat, sink the hips back towards the heels, reach into the fingertips, and rest the forehead down on the mat. If the forehead doesn't reach, you can always have the forehead supported by a block. If the hips don't reach your heels, that's okay too. You're just sending them back in that direction. Lengthen into the sides here, soften the belly, and just breathe. Reach into the hands, come back forward through tabletop position. Bring those knees back beneath the hips and make sure the palms are shoulder width apart. We're going to shift our weight forward so shoulders come past the fingertips. Grip all the way into the fingertips. Hug those elbows in close to the body and slowly start to lower all the way down to the mat. Point the toes, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and we'll inhale up into mini cobra, peeling the chest and palms off the mat. Exhale, lower. And again, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lower. One more. Curl the toes under, press back through table, bring those knees wide and find your child's pose once more. Soften the belly, deepen the breath. Feel the expansion in the rib cage, in the back with each inhale. Walk the hands in towards the body. And we're going to come up all the way onto our knees, turning towards the long edge of the mat. So feel free to pad the knees if you've got a towel or a blanket, or if you need a little bit of extra support beneath the knees. And we're going to find our gate pose. So stretching the right leg out to the right, turning the toes towards the long edge of the mat. Right hand just slides down that right leg. Keep the shoulders over the hips, the chest forward. With an inhale, reach the left arm up and over. Pressing that left hip forward, lengthening into the right side. Inhale and exhale. The left palm comes all the way down to the mat beneath the shoulder. And then we'll stretch the right arm up alongside the ear, pressing the right hip forward, lengthening. Press all the way into the outside edge of the foot. Reach into the fingertips. Engage the core. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale to bring the knee back in. And then we'll switch sides. Left leg comes out to the side. Left arm slides down that leg as we reach the right arm up and over. Pressing that right hip forward. Inhale and exhale. Right palm comes down below the shoulder. Left arm reaches alongside the ear. Press the hips forward, lengthening the sides, reaching in opposite directions. And breathe. Inhale, engage the core, come all the way back up, and exhale, that knee comes in. So we're going to go ahead and grab a hold of our strap, curl the toes under, and sit back on the heels. I'll just turn to the side so you can see. Try to get each toe down on the mat. So if this is too much for you, to have all those toes curled under and sitting back on the heels, it's completely fine to lift the hips and maybe even sit on a block. And if that's even too much, you can always come back all the way up onto the knees, lifting those hips all the way. So this is a great stretch into the soles of the feet, and it also helps to strengthen the toes. So wherever you need to be, grab a hold of your strap. We're going to take the strap into the right hand, reach that right arm up alongside the ear, bend at the elbow, and then reach around with the left arm, grab a hold of the strap, and start to scooch those fingers towards each other. Reaching for whatever you can, maybe the fingers touch or not, just breathe. So we're opening into the left shoulder, stretching into the right tricep. Inhale and exhale, gently release the arms. We're going to come forward and tap out the toes. And then setting up for the other side. So sitting back on the heels or towards those heels, or whichever position you found works best for you. And then taking the strap into the left arm, reach that arm up, bend at the elbow, reach around with the right, grab the strap, scooch those fingers towards each other, holding on to whatever you can reach. Just breathe. It can be significantly different from one side to the other. Just notice. Inhale and exhale. Release the arms, release that strap down. Come forward, tap out the toes. And then we're going to make our way down onto our seat, bringing the legs out in front. Bring the feet as wide as the mat and just start to windshield wiper the knees one way and then the other. more in each direction. And then make your way all the way down onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Find whatever movement feels good here. And then soles of the feet can come down to the mat, and we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Press that knee away, flex the foot. This helps to protect the knee. If this is enough of a stretch for you, stay here. Draw the belly in, pressing the low back into the mat. If you'd like a little bit more, you can begin to lift the left leg, drawing the legs towards you, reaching through to clasp the left leg either at the back of the thigh, the front of the shin, or you may want to use a strap here. So keep pressing the right knee away, keep flexing the foot, draw the belly in, and then bring a slight tilt to the tailbone to gently lift the lumbar spine off the mat. The head and shoulders stay heavy on the mat. Just breathe. Relax the jaw. Keep pressing that right knee away. Inhale and exhale. Lower that left foot down and bring the knees in a little bit closer to one another, keeping the legs crossed. We'll take the arms out from the shoulders in a T. Inhale, and then exhale to lower the knees to the left. Keep pressing that right shoulder down and shift your gaze to the right to complete the twist. Relax the jaw, the forehead. Breathe all the way into the belly. Soften the belly. And then inhale, legs back up. Uncross, hug those knees into the chest. And then lower the soles of the feet down once more, and we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Press the knee away, flex the foot. Staying here, if this is enough, draw the belly in, pressing the low back into the mat. Or you can begin to pick up that right leg, drawing the legs towards you, reaching through. Press the left knee away. Belly draws in, and bring a gentle tilt to the tailbone to lift the lumbar spine. Head and shoulders stay heavy on the mat. Soften the forehead and the jaw. Just breathe. Notice one side is quite different from the other. Just observe. Inhale and exhale, releasing that right foot down. Bring the legs in closer closer to one another, keeping them crossed. Arms come out from the shoulders, and then lower the knees down to the right. Keep both shoulders on the mat and shift your gaze to the left. Full breaths all the way into the belly, keeping the belly soft, the shoulders relaxed. Inhale, the knees back up. Uncross the legs, hug the knees into the chest. And then straightening both legs up towards the ceiling. The arms come down alongside the body. Let the arms be relaxed, the shoulders, the legs, everything relaxes as the hips are supported by the mat, the legs just floating in space. Inhale and exhale. Hug those knees back in. And then stretching the legs out long. Find Shavasana, your final relaxation, allowing the feet to flop open. The shoulders shrug away from the ears to allow the flat part of the scapula to rest on the mat. Take up lots of space with the arms, the palms face up, and just allow those fingers to gently curl up towards the ceiling. Soften the belly, the jaw. Scan through the body and just let everything go. Coming back to the sensations in the body, noticing the subtle movements as the body breathes, sensing the energy that's moving through your veins, relaxing more with each breath. As the mind wanders, bring the attention back to the breath. Softening a little more. Begin to deepen the breath. Empty the lungs completely with an exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out through the mouth. And again. One more. Breathing in and out through the nose. Stretch the arms overhead. Reach from fingertips to toes. Maybe roll the head from side to side. And then gently make your way to one side, coming into the fetal position. And then slowly press up to seated. Finding a comfortable seated position where the sits bones feel rooted, the spine is long, the shoulders and belly relaxed, and just notice how you feel. Keeping the eyes soft or closed. Bring the hands to heart center. Bow the head to meet the heart, the center of love and gratitude. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this full body gentle stretch. Please leave a comment